This is Paul. Yes. Could you get the employees of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration, for Children and Families, Administration of Children, Youth, and Families? Then there's the Children's Bureau and the ACF. Now, I was just wanting to know all of those that failed to respond properly to child abuse cases from the outset. Yes. Now, can result in cases being dismissed in court, or in some cases, in innocent people being falsely accused. As an innocent person that's been falsely accused in 2012, yes. In 2016, ouch. In 2017, I'm just wanting to know when those in DSHS are going to investigate. Ouch. Now I'm thinking, okay, since it's their literature, yes, and I did not attempt to contact the petitioner and I was found not guilty, right, and I was not in Sequim, Washington, yes, and I was not in Brennan, Washington, yes, and I sent emails to the police department, pooch, I'm going to sue each and every individual right now. See, you have an obligation, yes. Now, establish agency protocols, guidelines, and training will guide the decision-making process. Officers are likely to face situations in which the officer's judgment must be the guiding light. For this reason, officers must be familiar with what is expected of them legally in their jurisdiction. As necessary, they should consult the agency's legal advisor, yes, or the prosecuting attorney to clarify this. Now, I put 3 verified, yes. Why don't you call the prosecuting attorney in each and every county of the United States? Do they require an actual signature of the petitioner to enforce a protection order? Pooch. How many of them allow for the forgery of a non-elected ex-officio Superior Court clerk? For every prosecuting attorney in every county of the United States and those cities? Yes. I just want to know, is there a requirement to protect the due process rights of the individual known as a respondent? Or can you just say the guy's crazy? You can keep arresting him for false police reports. You can allow for the abuse and neglect of my sons because as a father I find it's abusive, yes, to give them too much high fructose corn syrup, yes. Now you would think, oh, that's not abuse, but I don't know what she's been feeding them. Ouch! Why don't you give me those on welfare in Walmart? Yes, I'd just like to know where they get their high fructose corn syrup. Now, this about the officers, right. I emailed the police department every fucking day, and for some reason, they don't think it's abusive to enforce a protection order where there's fraudulent statement. Now, I know when you receive the referral, identify personal and professional biases with child abuse cases. I talked to you about the bias of refusing to enforce my civil rights. Then know the department guidelines and state statutes. These state statutes that you do or do not have to enforce before issuing protection orders. Yes. The RCWs that require proof of service before having court hearings. Yes. The RCWs that make it a crime to not report the allegation of child abuse or domestic violence as soon as you have information about it. Seemed that the prosecuting attorney's office waited 7 fucking weeks as if it was not a real case.